It's FashLife Updates. In today's episode, we'll take a look at some collection from Paris Fashion Week, discuss the new direction for fashion, and more. Now, here's your host, Pelli. Hey everyone, it's Pelli. Welcome to FashLife Updates, the series keeping you updated on everything fashion. We got a lot to discuss today. We'll take a look at some collection from Paris Fashion Week. And with the end of the recent fashion month, we'll also have a little discussion about the new direction fashion is moving towards. For this episode and hopefully for future episodes, I've decided on a new format. So what we're gonna do is hopefully have our weekly rundown, have one top story or breakdown, and a topic for discussion. This episode's top story is Paris Fashion Week. And our topic for discussion is going to be the new direction for fashion. But before we get into all of that, here's this week's fashion rundown. Icon Pamela Anderson went viral this week for showing up to fashion events without makeup. The actress received tons of praise online and said it felt like freedom. And then there was this lady who went viral for her Cartier bracelets. You know, maybe luxury can be tacky too. Anyway, it looks like Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny's PR team are trying to make them the it fashion couple, as they were seen attending fashion events and even did a Gucci campaign together. That sounds more disastrous than Christian Cohen sending a model down the runway in a giant furball suit. Or Marc Jacobs having a model tumble down a set of stairs for a new ad campaign. No wonder Anna Wintour was acting like that during Paris Fashion Week. I would be running away from all you fashion people too. So here's the edit I made of Anna Wintour. This week also saw a reunion moment with Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep. Dua Lipa debuted a new hairdo, Victoria Sorrenti is on the cover of Perfect magazine, and everyone wants the cherry charm from Coach. And lastly, Serena Williams will be honored with the 2023 CFDA Fashion Icon Award. And that's this week Fashion Rundown. So the only thing I really want to discuss from the rundown is Anna Wintour, because even though she is such a huge name related to fashion, I feel like this fashion month she was really out there. She usually stays low key and not to be funny, but she was let loose like during this fashion month. So we got these awkward, funny moments of her running away, trying to avoid crowds and looking uncomfortable that she has to breathe the same air as normal people. I thought that was funny. She also looked uncomfortable sitting next to Kim Kardashian. But honestly, doesn't she always kind of look like that? Like always distant and unapproachable? Okay, there was something going on with her and Kim Kardashian allegedly. So apparently Kim Kardashian was holding up a fashion show by being late, and I don't know if any of this is true, because fashion show usually starts late anyway, and sometimes it gets delayed for longer or for whatever reason. But a lot of the time what would happen with celebrities is that, you know, they usually stay in the back room and they will come out when the show is about to begin. And I don't think there's somebody that's checking for all the celebrities to show up, and if one is late, telling everybody to hold up, because the whole staff, including models, makeup and hairstylists, everyone has somewhere to be. So I think that moment was like to stir up something between Anna and Kim. But what do you think? And what are your thoughts on the other moments from the rundown? Paris is truly the fashion capital of the world. Every designers want to showcase their designs there, and every celebrities from all around the world want to attend. Let's look at some collections. Well, a native to the UK, Victoria Beckham has found a place on the Paris Fashion Week calendar. The designer took inspiration from her years of studying ballet, as many of the pieces took inspiration from the arts. The collection is focused on illustrating the intrigue movement invokes within garments and accessories, according to the brand. We saw leotards, a lot of relaxed styling, and some Victoria Beckham staple suits. Despite having their designs stolen, Belmont still managed to put on a show. Pulling couture pieces and sketches from the fashion house's archive, Olivier Rousteing put together a rose-filled collection. From rose prints, rose dresses, to couture-like rose garments, according to the brand, this was a way of honoring the creator of the house. Another designer not native to Paris or even France, but found a place on the Paris Fashion Week calendar is Jun Takahashi, who created the brand undercover. Held in an underground parking lot, the fashion show showcased a lot of great designs, including these light-up dresses. After their Bella Hadid viral spray-on dress moment, Coperni has upped their game when it comes to incorporating fashion and technology. In this new collection that takes on corporate wear and centers around music, we got to see AI pins by tech company Humane, sound speakers on garments, and even a CD player used as a handbag. Rabanne, formerly known as Paco Rabanne, is on a rebranding journey. They have an upcoming H&M collab, and for their Spring 24 collection, led by French designer Julien Docina, created nothing but excitement with an aesthetic that infused bohemian and warrior themes. A brand that has been consistent is Schiaparelli. In yet another great collection, Daniel Roseberry continues to incorporate the founder's heritage as well as humor into this new collection featuring the staple Schiaparelli blacks and golds. While the brand is known for their creative arts of human body parts, sea creatures such as lobsters, crab, and fishes had a moment for spring 2024. And lastly, it was a surprisingly good time at the L'Oreal Paris Fashion Show. Taking place at the Eiffel Tower, L'Oreal got together a lot of celebrities, models, business people, influencers, you name it, to put on an event that celebrates women empowerment. The show was closed by Kendall Jenner, who looked amazing in a sparkling silver gown. And that's some of the shows from Paris Fashion Week. Okay, for the discussion portion of this section, I want to talk about Kendall Jenner because she was meant to have a big fashion month moment. But before we get into that, I know a lot of things happened this Paris Fashion Week. You had a one-sided beef with Demna and his brother. The Dior and Chanel collection that I just didn't want to go over. Something also happened with someone selling invites to fashion show, even like after parties. So there was that. There was a lot going on, but I want to talk about Kendall Jenner. Okay, and I know some of y'all may be asking why. Like, why? Well, for this fashion month, she received a lot of press because she did a lot of things. You know, she closed several shows, including Schiaparelli and Victoria Beckham, and was casted in a lot more. So I think maybe she and her team are either creating momentum to have a big fashion season in the future, or this was it. And if this was it, it felt. Because while she was able to close show and be booked for a lot of major fashion houses, she's not receiving the best feedback. Her Schiaparelli final walk was critiqued, with a lot of people saying she was stiff and this and that. While I don't agree 100% with everything people are saying about her, I still wouldn't give her the supermodel title. She hasn't earned it yet. I think she and her team are preparing to get the Model of the Year title next year because it's something she doesn't have or has been nominated for my knowledge. But if she wants it, she has to work for it. Meaning, we want to see an evolution. And she has to get the people on her side. So Kendall was definitely the top model for this fashion month. She was the model you heard a lot about and saw. But even with that much exposure, the narrative about her not being a good model hasn't changed. And she's not even trying to change that narrative when I think she should. So it's kind of weird to have a model that's very popular in the industry and media, but still not even close to being considered a supermodel. And with that, let's move on to our next section. The topic of this episode is the next years of fashion. What does that mean and what does that look like? We're entering the mid-2020s, and with that, we'll be entering entering another era in fashion. Notice how I didn't say new era. That's because nothing is new in fashion. You know this. Everything in fashion is cyclical. It's a copy of a copy. And if there's anything new, it has to do with technology. We have seen so many designers stepping down and moving on. The most recent example is Sarah Broughton with Alexander McQueen. And because of those changes, it's given new and different designers the opportunity to take on creative director roles. There's Peter Do for Helmut Lang, Sabato De Sarno for Gucci, and Peter Hawken for Tom Ford. Those are just some examples. And while these designers are bringing their own unique artistic lens to these fashion houses, one thing I've noticed is that it's been on the commercial route. Collection looks more wearable than ever and very appealing to the general public. While fashion will always be diverse, there's a form of minimalism that's coming back around. I mean, we've already started to see with the rise of things like clean girl aesthetic and quiet luxury. Another aspect to this change we're moving toward is the corporation of it all. A lot of these fashion houses are under mega corporations. It's not like how it was in the 90s anymore. So my theory is that these designers have to play up the commercial elements because there's a certain number that they have to hit. For example, look at Terry Mugler in the 90s, and then look at what Casey Cadwallader was able to do now. Also look at Karl Lagerfeld's Chanel and then compare it to Virginie Viard's Chanel. Also look at Alexander McQueen's Gucci and look at the new Gucci. And this technique is proven to work, has been proven to work. So we're going to see a lot more commercial collections, pieces that have a higher chance of being in stores, and that can easily appeal to a lot of groups of people. While I know a lot of people love to hate on Virginie Viard, it's weird because I'm seeing other designers follow in her footstep. And her Chanel happens to be successful, whether people like it or not. Speaking of following in footstep and stuff, another thing I've noticed is the influence of fast fashion. High fashion is definitely taking inspiration from fast fashion. One huge example is the latest Versace show. While I love the collection and many of the pieces, I won't lie and say it was original. Matter of fact, it felt like a lot of different brands. I see Chanel, Dior, and Hermes with a lot of the bags. And while fashion can only be fashion, meaning there's only so much style and design people can make, the fast fashion tactic of taking what works or what's popular is definitely inspiring high fashion brands. And it's also not like these brands are going to be all the same. They're all still going to have their own characteristic and aesthetic, of course. And this is a conversation that we just need to keep having. I'm not trying to predict anything. I'm only analyzing what's happening right now. And my analysis is telling me we're entering another era as we enter the mid-2020s. We're going to see less of the early Y2Ks and maybe a new take on minimalism. And another thing I have not mentioned and we can talk about in a separate video is the pushback we're going to be seeing from current fashion. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new take on punk or grunge or even the e-boys, e-girls. I wouldn't be surprised to see them emerge in the mid 2020s. So there's a lot going on, but the whole takeaway is that we're going to be entering another era in fashion as we enter the 2020s. So that's my little thing on the next years in fashion. So it's something we're going to watch and let's see how it evolves and play out. What do you think fashion will look like in the mid 2020s? Well, that's this week's FashLife updates. I hope you enjoy all the topics today. Please let me know all your thoughts down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to support this channel. I'm your host, Pelli. I wish you well. You're fabulous. Be yourself. And remember to keep living that Fash Life. Bye.